Hey there. Sorry, this is a day late. Just sitting here waiting for the sun to eclipse. Still waiting. Still waiting. I don't have special glasses. I did not know what they were until yesterday. Still don't know what they are. I'm not getting them. But anyway, I think my siblings and my nieces are going to a library in Maine and getting their free pair. That's fun for them. Alright, so since I don't have like a ton of time today, I'm nannying. My kids are just asleep right now. So tomorrow I go in for my HSG. Not looking forward to it, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Looking forward to having that part over and making Brandon get the rest of his stuff done, since this was his idea. So quick, his little story of what happened, how this happened. So like if you watch our channel, you know we decided that we were not going to do foster care right now in our state. It's just a huge emphasis on reunification, even when the parents maybe aren't ready. And that's a lot on your conscience if it's a really bad situation and your child that you love and are responsible for has to go back to a bad situation. And last year, and still this year, but especially last year when we were going through the classes, the heroin epidemic here was very, very high, and in our town and in our region of the state, it was really, really bad. Just the drug epidemic was awful, just awful. And the foster classes, a couple of our friends are like, those classes, they try to kind of scare you a little bit so that if you're doing it, like you're all in. And we're like, yeah, well, they did a good job because they scared us out of it. Just the statistics that they shared with us and their emphasis on reunification, and just being a Christian and not wanting to be responsible for that, especially Brandon. He is definitely a protector. I am too, but it's his main goal in life to protect his family. His number one goal in life is to always protect me and our children. And so, yeah, that was a huge, huge issue for him. And also the fact that there was so much, it was such hands-off parenting, it felt like, especially if we got older kids, which we wanted to do, have toddlers or young, older kids. And just the fact that we wouldn't be able to, it seemed like any which way we would turn with parenting, we could possibly get in trouble or whatever, have the kids taken away, or it just seemed so precarious all the time and walking on eggshells all the time. It just wasn't for us at the moment. We do have some friends that are fostering right now, and it is something the kids in the foster system are really on my heart. So I'm not sure. Our agency does work with kids in the foster system, and we kind of bounce around a little bit, and so who knows, we might end up, if doing the IUI, it looks like it's going to be something that works, then it might be successful, then we might look at adopting a little bit older. We were going to go up to toddler, infant to toddler. But when we were going to foster, we were going to go up to the age of 10. So we might just adopt out of the foster system in that case. We're not sure. We are going to talk about it, pray about it for sure. So how we got to IUI, so we're in the middle, at the end of our adoption process, and we're just in the waiting process, and we have been for about 8 months now. We started the process a year ago, and we were approved 7 or 8 months ago now. So it's been about a year, and yeah, we're just waiting. And so when we kind of decided, we went through all the foster classes. We're like, oh, we're going to foster, blah, blah, blah. Then we ended, and it was really causing some issues in our marriage, and because I really wanted to do it, and it's something that's just on my heart, and he just did not want to do it. And it was causing issues in our marriage, and we weren't sure what to do, and so it ended up very quickly after we were like, we're not fostering, that the option to adopt, which we didn't think we were going to be able to do, it just became an option financially and just the time frame. So we just jumped right into that. We did pray about it, and we did take a little bit of time, but not really. We jumped right into it. And when we found out that the first time around when we went to the OB/GYN, found out we probably were infertile, so that was a year and a half ago. We kind of just jumped right into, and I blame myself because I have to fix the problem. So that's how I process, and he needs time, and that's how he processes. And so I just pushed. We went to do the foster thing, that didn't work out. So now we're adopting because the foster thing didn't work out. So we never really had this time to process, and that's mostly my fault. And now, so we went on vacation, and on the way up to vacation, I just want a kid. So I'm the person that's like, just give me my kid. Like, I don't care at this point. It's been 3 years. I've really, actually, if you ask my mom, I'm 26. I've wanted kids since I was 18 months old. Like, seriously, like, I've had baby dolls. Like, my parents used to get me, like, with these realistic dolls that were, like, the weight and would pee and could go in the bathtub, blah, blah. I've wanted babies since I was a baby. Like, I've had maternal instincts since, like, could boss people around. Like, that's how, like, 24 years, we'll say, I've wanted to be a mom. Like, it's in my blood. So, I mean, yeah, we've been married 3 years, so technically I've been waiting 3 years. But really, I've been waiting my whole life to be a mom, so I'm just ready. I don't care how I get that kid. Just give me a kid. Like, I'm ready to go to Target and just sneak a kid out of the kids section. Like, that's how ready I am now. I cannot express how ready I am to have a kid. I feel so bad for my husband and my adoption agency and my family and God for the amount of pressure I put on everybody about getting me a kid. Like, I need a kid pronto. Like, pronto. I haven't actually thought about, like, how great a parent I'll be. No, just kidding. I have. I'm totally prepared. But anyway, so that's me. Like, I want a kid. I don't care how. Brandon wants a kid, but, he's a little bit more patient, and he needs to process things. So this summer, when we went on vacation, I found out that, like, he hadn't gotten over the fact that we were infertile or struggling with fertility, and we didn't have a good OB/GYN at the time, and she didn't give us good educational information. So we didn't know about the IUI, and we didn't want to do IVF, and it was too expensive for us anyways, even if we did want to explore that option, and it wasn't something we could do, and she didn't even give us any other options. So we went to foster, adopt, blah, blah, blah. So over the summer on vacation, long story, less long, Brandon was like, yeah, I never got over the fact that we were struggling with fertility, and I would still like to have biological kids if possible. So I was like, well, do some research, and if you can come up with an ethical way for us to try to do a fertility treatment that we both feel we're comfortable with, that we can afford, that as Christians we're comfortable with, then we can try it. That's fine. I don't care how we get a kid, but obviously it's very important to you, so let's do it. So he did some research, and then it was cool. So that was like our conversation, a couple hours on the way to vacation. We get to our vacation, and it's a Christian campground. We're there for a week, and one of the speakers he's doing, each day he did a talk on ethical like this, and how you deal with it ethically. What was some? I don't even know. Like, how are you a Christian in a workplace, and how do you share your Christianity? How how do you treat people who are gays and lesbians, and in that whole section, LGBTQ, I think. See, I'm not very good at it. How do you treat those people as brothers and sisters and love them, but still ethically not agree with their lifestyle? And then the second day was, how do you have children if you're struggling with fertility in an ethical way? So that was just like, oh, whoa. So Brandon didn't have to do much research because we went to that session. And it was really great. And that's where we heard about IUI and learned about it. And then we did a little research, and yeah, that's how we got here. So that was really cool. And it definitely made me pump the brakes a little. I feel like because I'm such a gung-ho person, go from one thing, and if it doesn't work, to the next thing, and then if that doesn't work, to the next thing. Like, I'm one of those people. I feel like we may look to outsiders, and it's none of your business really, so you're lucky I'm sharing. But it's like, we may look wishy-washy, but like, we both know we're supposed to be parents, and it's not as easy to do it for us as it is for some people, and it's easier for us than it is for other people, and I think we're just trying to figure out the best way to do it. But I thought it was kind of cool, and Brandon was really happy about that, and it's just been a really positive experience. So hopefully, the HSG will go well tomorrow, and that'll be positive, and we actually are looking, just with our adoption, just looking maybe if we can get pregnant through IUI, maybe then he'll be open to adoption through the foster system without actually doing the fostering ourselves. So that's something I'm praying for, because maybe I don't want to twist God's arm, but maybe it'll speed up the process a little bit. And maybe this is all just a very long, twisty, messy journey to get. It is a long, twisty journey to get the kids that we're supposed to get in the time that we're supposed to get them. And as frustrating as that is for me, being patient and waiting and all that, it's going to be great in the end, which is really awesome. And I'm lucky to have such a great husband who's so open to everything and listens to my crazy. So, well, so that's our story of how we got here. And any questions, you can message me or comment, or any insight. If you've had a messy journey, I hate that word journey. If you've had a messy, it's a journey. Dang it. If you've had it messy, message me and let me know, because then it won't make me feel like such a crazy person. But anyways, have a great day. Good luck with that eclipse. I don't see it, but they say it's out there, so I believe them. I'm going to turn this to selfie mode. Peace out.